Hey people, Intro here, 3v3, Typhon Maya, blue team. MangoCheese and an Eversor assassin, a risk-reward melee brawler that explodes on death alongside. Grapefruit Jeff is a Farseer, support hero fighting in melee combat, some powerful buffs and control. Rounding off the team, MangoSchmuser, also known as Schmus Criminal, with a Mekboy, a teleporting hero fighting in ranged combat with a bunch of orky gadgets. Up against him there, not Stanley Love, with a Chaos Sorcerer, offensive and destructive hero with powerful battlefield manipulation and control, teleports away. Got some Black Legion here, alongside some Space Marine fellas, UI Scuti and a Force Commander, a versatile frontline hero bringing offense, disruption and support for the Emperor. And rounding off the team's Night Stalker with an Apothecary, support hero fighting in melee combat by default, begins with a heal and a passive health regeneration aura. This is the Blood Angels elite scheme and a Death Company Apothecary there. Nobody's grabbed the mid yet. Eversor assassin on the prowl, triple stormtroopers alongside him, double guardians here for Jeff, and double shooters for Schmus. The single tack, of course, on the two Space Marine players. Single CSM as well. The blue team should be pushing against those Space Marines in the mid, I feel like. Force Commander can equalize those fights quite a lot, though, if he gets a good battle cry going. Red team creeping up the south side. Some scout support for the Chaos fellas here. War banners are up, popping their frazzle for the long-term buff, and then they're moving in. Burners on the sluggers. And a push from MangoCheese, popping the Psychon there, giving him 30% damage and 30% damage resistance when he spends health to activate it. So it can be handy to pop it early so you take less damage getting into melee. He's off the field now though. Farseer now joins the fight, going after the Force Commander, who's getting quite low. Is he alright? I think he's alright. Sorcerer chasing some sluggers through with their burners up, gives them more hit points, some power weapons, and of course some orky flamers. Can they take down the Sorcerer? Not quite. Maybe if they chased them a bit they could have, but they are happy to burn down the gens right now with some shooter boy help and some stormtrooper assistance, one of which has the sergeant for the impact grenade. What about these fellas? No sergeant over here. They're trying to defend the power, are they? Maybe. No sign of a flamer. Slowly bolter firing down that generator there. Scouts taking that contested power point. Mid VP turns red. The gen falls. We've got Assault Squad for Scuti, Assault Squad for Night Stalker also, Interceptors for MangoCheese, and Rangers on the field for Grapefruit Jeff. We've got Looters on the way for Schmus. Can lock down this south side, which can be quite narrow, so it's good for setup teams. Noise Marines on the field here for Stanley Love. Sorry, not Stanley Love. Sorcerer's quite low. There's some Tzeentchian worship to infiltrate these fellas. Aspiring champion on those heretics. Quite a good melee fighter in his own right. Doom bolts. Really bad news for those shooter boys out of cover. Got a good hit there. Those Noise Marines Sonic Blast are going to shut down ranged attacks. Good anti-infantry damage. Can also shake apart structures, so can deal with these gens quite nicely. Kicking off in the mid, is it? Kind of. Apothecary's got his customized Storm Bolter. Assault Squad getting in there. Eversor assassin can counter-initiate maybe. Interceptors get in there to teleport and disrupt the Assault Squad. Eversor with his Chem Cloud grenades, debuffing enemy damage, and they can't regen health for the duration. Double Assault Squads jumping into the back lines now. Might see the claw. No, we see the Eviscerator axe for the Eversor assassin. Can use Kill Zone to buff the melee damage of the Interceptors now with that fancy axe of his. Is it 50 power melee now? Because they moved it into tier 1. Yep, Eviscerator axe is 50 power melee. Interceptors into the scouts and stuff. Can they get a shotgun blast away? Looks like they've maybe used it already based on their energy. Interceptors now run a messy fight. Red team come out on top. Apothecary on capping duty. These guys trying to take down that node. And here's a shuriken. No Howling Banshees for Jeff. Get Spirit Stones. We were looking into maybe Gravity Blade tier 2 because of the two jump squads. Meanwhile, in the south, Mekboy teleports on contested power. Noise Marines are in there. Quite low on hit points. With the, yeah, look at the blobbed up shooter boys. They get wrecked by the Sonic Blaster looters here. Sorcerer teleports in. The vestments of the warp ties them up, and Noise Marines can help deliver those heretics without damage. as they shut down the ranged weapons. Good special there from the Sorcerer. Then teleports out to safety. Might be looking for a Doom Bolt back there. Heretics following up. A good Doom Blast hitting both squads. And now he's on the power with Noise Marines and that Sonic Blaster and some Scout help. Mekboy is getting a Death Gun. You can chain together the overlapping fields of fire with the looters, so if the Sorcerer teleports on one, he gets shot to death and maybe suppressed by the other one. Assault Squad runs, mid is uncapped, another Assault Squad in play. Jump in, they got the Shuriken. Interceptors can go and fight them maybe. There it is, there's the teleport, knocks them down. He gets some good retreat hits in here. Farseer also helping out. Got those nice Spirit Stones for the big AoE heal. Interceptors continue to teleport. Crack on bolts on the double tacks. But they're not firing on the Interceptors, so they're kind of wasting that extra heavy infantry damage. There we go, now they're firing on Interceptors, and that's some full auto as well to shut down their movement. And they've run. Force Commander's okay, did some good work in the back there. Farseer gets a good special, but then maybe goes down, does go down. Should get revived on that spot. Red team take the mid. Tier 2's coming in. Looks like Scuti the last to go, but not too far behind. Double tax for Night Stalker into the Assault Marines then. Very solid tier 1 with the Apothecary support. Customized Storm Bolter will be mainly aimed at the dangerous Eversor Assassin, I would think. He's got his axe and his tier 2. Not sure what the buff is from Killzone these days. Is it 35% or something? It used to be that you designated an area and that was the kill zone, but now it's around the Eversor Assassin. But as I said, no melee from the Eldar means that it's not going to buff that much right now. Maybe he's looking into Purifiers tier 2, which would be fun. Don't get to see those guys very often. The odd Purifiers. Jumping on the Mekboy. Maybe he can get up and just teleport. No, he's going to run. Big retreat from the Orks. Is that all 3 players on him? Some of all 3 players, I think, at least. 416 to 487 on the VPs. Looters, you need to run. They took a while to get their retreat going, didn't they? They might die, actually. Assault Squad on retreat. Yeah, down they go. They could have jumped if they had to. Those guys can get on the gens quickly. Force Commander took him out. Impact Grenade on the double tax. Don't seem too bothered by it. Bit of health regen as the Apothecary retreats past them. Where are they going now, though? It's backing all the way up. 407 to 487 on the power again. They really want to pressure this power, eh? Weird Boy is up for Schmus. Did a bit of friendly fire on the generator there. Noise Marines shaking apart the gens. Going to get all the gens. Can they get the node? They can't. Interceptors are on them. Little burst of cacophony there to knock them down. Assault Squad runs. Force Commander runs. They may be able to just hit straight back on this power now. Although Bloodletter's in play, eh? Demons with power melee Hellblades. Really bad news for the heavy infantry on the blue team. They should mess up the Interceptors quite nicely. What is this buff we see here on the Guardians? Oh, that's Killzone. Got decent range, eh? Probably 30 odd range. And now the Farseer with the Singing Spear will be buffed by it, so that's alright. She's also got the Armor of Fortune. And put that on the friendly Interceptors maybe. Or just on the Eversor Assassin himself. He's on his way to level 3. And he's got the Sinskin Body Glove. More health regen. And means that the Psychon lasts longer and takes less health to activate. Down some scouts. Shotgun blast and run. Okay, they're alright. Back down to the south then. Bloodletter's looking at some sluggers. Warp Vomit shuts them down, but Heretics pile in. Doom blasting straight for the Mekboy. Foot of Gork, which means the Weird Boy has the Warp Head. Hit those Noise Marines, but they survive. Bloodletters being demons are massively boosted by worship, but the Heretics are into fighting at the moment, it seems, these fellas. Had to replace them at some point. Can't suppress the Bloodletters either because they're demons. They don't really have a concept of courage, I guess. They're going to be a full bash, I think, again. Back to the mid. Wraith Guard on the field, eating a grenade. Hits the Spirit Seer Warlock there. Assault Squad jump in the back line again. They're keeping them a bit close. The Rangers should be super separated from the Guardian weapon team, because otherwise they both get jumped like that. Wraithguard are still in play for now. Oh, there's a Whirlwind back there. Some good disruption, although the Wraithguard won't get knocked over. I guess it will knock over the Spirit Seer, but he's not doing much in terms of offense, is he? I wonder what kind of DPS that guy does. It's a little Warlock fella, so maybe he has a decent melee attack on him, I'm not sure. Back down to the south, Bloodletters are phasing out of existence. Now they're back into existence. They've dropped a model somewhere. Some disruption with the Rod of Warpfire now. Can hit sluggers as they run in, or use it on the back line to mess up the shooters. Shooters are down to 4 and 2 models though. Whirlwind getting some disruption here. Oh, that's a Circle of Summoning. Chaos Sorcerer Global, spawning in Bloodletters also allows you to reinforce your stuff near it, which is handy. 398 to 397 on the VPs. Schmus wants the Whirlwind dead. Need to pay $4. Eversor, it looks like his XP hasn't moved for a while. Tier 3 though, MangoCheese, and we got Fire Dragons on the way for Jeff. On the power yet again. This southeast corner. Foot of Gork, that could be nasty on the Heretics. Yeah, they had to run. Look how much damage it did, even though they were in retreat. That was nuts. Maybe the Bloodletters could target that weird boy. Something pressuring here? No. Farseer does have an anti-vehicle melee weapon. She could go after the Whirlwind maybe. Eversor in amongst some Assault Marines. They do have their Sergeant. And he just got healed as well. The kill zone does buff him, of course, so the 50 DPS is often increased somewhat. Big Spirit Stones heal there. Rangers need to run. Fire Dragons having a go. Good damage to all targets with those fusion guns. They're quite short range, but the Farseer can help with that using her guide. Which I haven't noticed being used basically at all, but I'm sure it has been. Assault Squad in the middle of a whole bunch of range damage potentially. Where are these guys going? Oh, they're going after the Whirlwind immediately. Fortune is on them. There's that blue aura you see. Damage resistance buff from the Farseer. Is it 30% for 15 seconds? Yeah. Also gives her some nice health regen actually. Okay, those guys are scared off. The Whirlwind survives. 365, 397, quite close on the BPs. Blue team pushing back against this power. Warp Vomit messes up the Heretics. Sorcerer's in there though with his teleportation. Wait, did he lose? He's lost the teleportation decorator when he got the Rod of Warpfire. And I feel like the Rod should give him the Grenade decorator maybe, because it's an area of effect ability. But he's dead anyway. Whirlwind can fire now. Some good hits. Assault Squad messing up the Mekboy. Does he need to run? That's a Foot of Gork. Almost one-shot the Whirlwind on rear armor. That's nuts. Does do plasma cannon damage, I think. Meanwhile, back to the mid. We have a Vortimer Razorback with the reinforced armor plating. Psy cannon on the back there doing good damage to all targets. Messing stuff up, it seems. Interceptors trying to intercept some retreating guys, are they? No, they're going after the scouts. The scouts kick to them. Not sure how effective a Shin is against power armor, but they gave it a go. We've got some Vanguard veterans now for Night Stalker. These guys can get a Power Fist. Swap out that Thunderhammer for one, which allows them to pressure vehicles a bit. But they lose their Melter Bomb when they become Vanguard veterans. They forget how to chuck them, I guess. Tier 3 for Schmus. Tier 3 for all of the red team. Can they get a Land Raider up to sit in the mid there? Bloodletters pressuring that weird boy. He's very close to base. They may need to phase out. Oh, they couldn't do it. They had to run. Farseer in on the Noise Marines. That's a zap from the weird boy, which is going to jump to the Farseer. There it is. Won't do much damage to her though. Like 50 damage per jump, I think. Which is not bad when it's hitting every model in a squad, but when it's jumping to a single entity, it's not really much. 328 to 377 on the VPs. Tier 3 coming in now for Jeff. The Wraithguard did well. It's got a little bit of XP. Little bit of XP. The Whirlwind does have a hunter-killer missile on it. On the front there, they can use to damage vehicles from quite far away. And missile launch attacks are in play also. The regular missiles won't really damage vehicles very much though. What about the Apothecary? Does he have? Well, he's got armor of Apothecary, and so no combat stim buffs or anything. Improve the medical equipment as well. Salt scored way up to on the Stormtroopers here. Didn't really oh, he's got plasmas. I was going to say he didn't really upgrade his Stormtroopers, but I'm lying. Got plasmas on 2 of them. That overcharge they have is really good to suppress stuff instantly. Eversor having a go with level 3 now. Plasma gun on the other attacks. A lot of stuff arrayed against them here though. Yeah, having to run. Ranger's in a weird spot. Getting flanked maybe by the Chaos fellas. But he's going to be alone, I think, here. Not Stanley Love. Stun bombs setting up the foot of Gork. Beautifully done by Schmus. Great unclean one on the way for not Stanley Love now. Is this Terminators here? Or is it Stern Guard? It is Terminators for Scuti. It's gone for the ranged variety with Power Fists and Storm Bolters. You can get a bunch of weapon upgrades. Most likely we're going to see Cyclone Missile Launcher here, I would think. It's just really bloody good. Can damage vehicles, can damage infantry and disrupt it as well. On pretty long range. Oh, it's gone Assault Cannon, never mind. This can really rack up the inspiration buffs if you target something with low individual health, such as those Stormtroopers or the Eldar fellas maybe. Or a bunch of the Orks, really. So that could make a big difference if you're going to rack them up. Especially with the Battle Cry alongside of it. You've got Power Fist Force Commander with Teleporter. He'll be trying to target that Rhino, I'm sure. He's level 3, so he can teleport and use Flesh over Steel. There's a jump. Those guys have a Melter Bomb as well. Oh wow, they got absolutely destroyed. They're going to make it out. They do not make it out. That was rough. Vanguard veterans are in there now. Whirlwind doing its thing. What the Wraith Guard targeting? Oh, Eversor Council in there already. Got their fancy singing spears as well for heavy melee damage. Perhaps they should have kept them on the base spears, eh, for the power melee. Great unclean one now. Stomping in there. Greater Demon of Nurgle. Super unit for Chaos. Stamping away there to create the cloud that flies. Those Wraith Guard are really low needs to run, and they do run. Powerful in melee. Can be worshipped to great effect. Usually you see a foul snare on a hero immediately, but we don't see one. Can the red team cap the mid? Maybe the Terminators can do it. Bloodletters in the back lines. Wiping out the Bright Lance, maybe? No, they've gone after the Mekboy now. Red team able to push through. And those tacks can maybe fast cap the VP now. Not sure what these guys are. They were trying to get the Baltimore with the missile launcher there. Graham Cleveland's a big problem, eh? We've got flash kits up for Schmus. Grey Knight Dreadnought, most likely Plasma Cannon for MangoCheese. It's so good. Where are the Seer Council? Are they in this blob? They are. You see the blue aura from their damage resistance aura there. If they stay near the Farseer, they can get a big heal, and they can get Fortune and of course a guide. And do lots of stuff. 295 to 296, very close on the VPs. Red team do indeed have the mid. What is this though? It's a single Guardian. He might be waiting for action to kick off in the mid so he can decap the VP maybe. Not sure. Waiting for another big fight here so he can move. What is this then? Some CSM with Eternal War power bashing. Of course, Commander's in a bit of trouble. A bunch of Seer Council knocked him over. Fire Dragon shooting him. Down he goes. Little bit of Nurgle vomit there from the Great King one. 275 to 296. Big fight brewing in the mid. Whirlwind doing its thing. Wraith Guard is still super low. Did they not heal up? Or did they take a bunch of damage from something? Bloodlet is able to get into the back line very quickly, but Weird Boy's there to counter-initiate. We do indeed see Plasma Cannon Dread at the top there. Awesome shot on those tacks. Maybe the Terminators can teleport on him and punch him. tie him up because he can't melee attack you back. Double flash kits now for Schmus. Land Raider Redeemer is up for Night Stalker. There it is. The red team can now use it to retreat back to and reinforce. Seer Council will be very useful against that Land Raider with those heavy melee spears now. Red team can cap mid again. Terminator's on it, I think. Yep. Oh, they did quite a lot of damage with the Dreadnought, actually, with those... Now it's double missile launchers for Night Stalker, which I think is a decent idea. 274 to 296. 1-to-1 cap. Red team taking the mid. These guys still hanging out here, apparently. Not sure where the CSM went, who are over here. They are coming out of base, have their aspiring champion now. Is it worth chucking up some shrines here for those doom bolts, maybe? A little bit of damage chucking out. Got some repairs for the Dreadnought. It's a perfect spot to shoot the VP on, eh? Terminators didn't get the cap, actually. Vortimer's level 2, done well. There's the demon armor for the Sorcerer, which can make a big difference in a big fight. To put it in a good spot. You also have Tome of Subjugation. Great target for that would be the Seer Council. Stick bombs. Knocking back that Apothecary is level 4. And there's some advanced healing, but now he's dead. Force Commander's back to his feet, but can he stay alive for long? He cannot. Got blasted so fast. Both of those Space Marine heroes down there. What's going on up here then, eh? Eversor Assassin runs. Stormtroopers level 3, eh? That Dreadnought's a menace, so it is Flash Kits. They're trying to finish off the Vortimer. Flash Kits and that Dreadnought say no. They do escape. Demon armor, sorry, Demon shield up in the mid again. Try and facilitate the cap. Great and Keen One's getting low. And where's the Sorcerer? Sorcerer's in a bad spot for the warp. He's on the VP right now. Ouch. Stick bombs, eh? Great and Keen One makes it out. Attacks reinforcing off that Land Raider. Force Commander's up and retreats, but he did not retreat back to the Land Raider. Apothecary's also up. Sorcerer survives. Friendly Sorcerer play there from Not Stand Love. Revived both of his buds. Uh-oh. Bloodletters may wipe. Okay, they've retreated back to the Land Raider. It can sometimes be a death trap. There's an orbital. All on the same spot, apparently, which is not the way to use your orbitals, guys. You want to blast the enemies into other beams if you can. That's how you get the maximum damage out of it. Land Raider, are you moving? Oh, I think he maybe got stunned by stun bombs. Flash Kits are shooting it, but they won't do much. Oh, subjugate one of them. So being subjugated lowers your speed, the squad, but you do extra damage, which is quite nice. But the fella subjugating you anyway. 2 Predator tanks now in mid, and another Chaos Pred on the way. We've got Knob Squad on the way also. Can anything cap this VP? Been uncapped for so long, I feel like. Yeah, those double tacks really want to get that Vortimer, but they're being punished every time they search for it. Every time they dive for it. Double tanks are in though. No sign of las cannons on them. Fire Dragon's having a go. And they're guided as well there, I think. Maybe, or maybe not. Farseer's full health. They were buffed by something. Got a D-cannon back there. And a conversion beam, where the tanks could be in trouble. Need to be really careful with them. So the Guardians who were hanging around here have died. These guys are going to go bash power, maybe? Or did they think the Guardian was still there? Maybe they thought there was a webway there. D-cannon getting a big hit on the scouts, and the Rangers finish them off. Lots of repairs for that Dreadnought. Terminator is trying to cap, but look at the damage they take. Flash gets a raid against them. Farseer should be guiding something. Flash gets getting subjugated, I guess. Yeah, the Terminator's going to get the cap. Singularity goes off. Brain Keen One can't even approach. Might be worth getting Sigil of the Rift as well. And when the subjugation's worn off, switch to the Sigil and mess with them again, those flash kits, because they're causing huge amounts of problems. Do they still have a jump troop? They do. They've still got Vanguard veterans. Oh, they still have bloodletters as well, so they can pressure the flash kits. Down to a single flash kit. Already just after the Nob squad. Okay, they did kill a flash kit squad. I didn't realise that subjugation did so well. Nob squad getting absolutely wrecked over there. I think they're out. It might just be that they're on the end of the roster though, because they got subjugated and they got retreated or something. Not sure. Do we see flash kits back here? And see, oh, there they are. There are still double flash kits. Okay. Could have sworn I didn't see him die, but turns out I was correct. They're just after the Nob squad down here. Purgation maybe wants to center up a bit, that Purgation squad. Level 5 Eversor, level 3 Farseer. Mekboy's level 3 has got the Mega Rumbler. Schmus loves to use it. And the custom force field as well. There's that big Spirit Stone's heal. She regenerates energy so quickly. So it might actually be guide that I'm seeing on stuff. She just regenerates energy so fast. Level 3 Force Commander. Is he getting debuffed by it? I don't know. 2-to-1 cap now for the blue team. Sitting pretty on the mid. Land Raider here. Mark of Nurgle tank. This tank's getting repairs. The other tank is gone. And there's another Grey Knight Dreadnought there. You get to see the Purifiers, but it's a tough map for Purifiers, isn't it? For melee squads in general to try and run up. Blast Master gets a very good shot on the Fire Dragons. Note that they weren't knocked over because they have Dragon Scale armor. D-Cannon's now counter-hitting on the Noise Marines, I think. Subjugation on the Wraith Guard. Going to use it to damage the Vortimer Razorback, maybe, is it? No. Going after the D-Cannon. Quick thinking, though, from Jeff to tie them up in melee with his Rangers. That was cool. 274 to 224 on the VBs. Nurgle tank is nice and tough. Has that damage over time autocannon shell that you just saw there, that green crud. Loaded with Nurgle Plus or something. Terminator's on the cap. I don't think they can do it though. There's a heal. Foot of Gork coming in. And an Eldritch Storm. Those Terminators make white, actually. Apothecary gets in there to try and finish the decap. The Terminators make it. They need to turn around. What are they doing? Are they trying to avoid the beams, I think? He made it. That Terminator made it. It got down to 30 odd hit points. That was crazy. Where's the Land Raider? The Land Raider's gone. Oh, it was there. It moved up. I'm so blind. I was so focused on those Terminators. Okay, Land Raider down's a big blow for the red team. More Purgation now for MangoCheese. He's got those double Plasma Cannon Dreads up there. Look at that. What are you meant to do against that? Don't have a Manticore. Good luck getting shots on them. You can't really approach with attacks. They're going to get Plasma Cannoned to death. Still one missile launcher here for Scuti. These Terminators didn't actually reinforce. Night Stalker's got some, and they do have Cyclone. That's one way to hit those guys. It's not going to one-shot them though, is it? Yeah, Stanley Love is not happy with that ledge over there. It's not a symmetrical map. The red team don't have a big old ledge they can use. I guess maybe they could use this area. Not quite the same. Because you just can't run up this to go around the side. All the while they're shooting you. Interceptors with their fancy side cannons now. Scuti saving up for another Land Raider maybe. Both of those heroes down, by the way. Might be able to get the Apothecary up, or he could Laramans them both, maybe. This guy's power bashing. These scouts looking for VP decaps, I think. They can't sneak around forever. Going to run out of energy. Pushing through his Jeff. See a council threatening that tank, or threatening everything, I guess. very fancy special attacks they have, and there's the fortune on them. And there's a Spirit Stone's heal. Terminators didn't drop a model though. Picking off in the mid again. Can the red team get a decap? Plasma Cannon devs getting deleted by the flash gits. Some Noble Vomit. Decent hit there. The tank survives. Maybe. Farseer's going after it. Put guide on herself. Down it goes. Nicely done. She does fall, but I think that was worth it. She's level 5 now. 272 to 128 on the VPs. 2 to 1 for red. What is this now? Side Cannon interceptors power bashing. I think the weird boy used over there on the flash gets to save them from the nuke, but he couldn't chuck himself. Can they finish him? No, they can't. Force Commander was alive to punch him, maybe. Did the scouts get a full power bash? This should also take down the War Banner. They may be leaving it up because it takes population away from Schmus. It's not really being used to buff things, is it? But if you destroy it, you could get a little bit of red, I guess. Ouch. Double D cannons deleting some Marines there. 248 to 128 is so difficult for the red team to approach, but they're giving it a go. Some subjugation on the older Bright Lance of all things. He's going to try and turn it around, but couldn't do it for long enough. Couldn't subjugate it for long enough. He wanted to turn it around and take on the Vortimer. I think level 4 Vortimer must be doing a fair chunk of damage. There's a Singularity. It's not going to hit anything. This guy's still power bashing. Takes him a while, apparently. What's the Eversor up to? Level 5, has the same war gear. Flash gets a level 3. And level 3, they've been awesome. Nob Squad level 1. Shotgun Scouts couldn't quite get it going on the VP there. Nob Squad on retreat path. Keeping their power melee axes at the moment. Do the red team have an answer? 2 to 1 against them. Eversor's going to get a decap. Force Commander comes over to have a word. Interceptors get the hell out of there. Land Raider Redeemer on the way ×2. Don't have much else though, the Space Marine fellas. Stanley Love asking for calm. Eversor getting smacked around. Couldn't get the decap. Oh, he did get the decap. Couldn't get the cap. Went down and exploded. Can 2 Land Raiders get anything done? There's so much anti-vehicle though. Inversion Beamer, the 2 D cannons, the Bright Lance, those 2 Dreadnoughts up there. They've been a giant pain in the arse, those guys. We've got Lightning Claw Chaos Terminators now. They can mess up the Seer Council, I guess. Is one of them dead? Oh, friendly fire from the Dreadnoughts. Can the Great and King One march up here, maybe? Around the side and get in on them. And then Stanley Love will walk him out, perhaps. There's a Rocks coming in. Anyone got nukes, says Night Stalker. Nope, nobody on the red team has one. Rocks, I don't think did too much. That second Land Raider still hasn't come out yet. Great King One's going to die. Down he goes. Trying to get on those Dreadnoughts. Doesn't have a last cannon on this guy though. Terminator is trying to tough out a cap with advanced healing on them. Nob Squad on them now. Grand King One explodes. Just can't out-damage the repair on those Dreadnoughts. The red team got the cap. Amazing. Now Lightning Claw Terminators fighting a Nob Squad. Chasing them down. Lightning Claw Terminators are superior to basically any other infantry in melee, for those I don't know. The Land Raider went down, and they didn't get any of the Dreadnoughts. The tank survived, though. Other Land Raider is up. Now a Land Raider Phobos on the way, but look at the blue team rosters. They're way, way ahead here on the army. We need a miracle to lose this, I think. Red team will get the odd decap on the mid, but the blue team have got a hold, surely. Eversor still down on the natural VP of the red team over there. 232 to 38. There's the 2 to 1. Stanley Love demanding the blue team surrender. The Phobos is not going to be enough. These dreadnoughts were amazing. And what can you do? Would a las cannon outrange them? I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe with... If the Assault Marines survived and it wasn't turned into Vanguard veterans, you could double Melter and also teleport the Force Commander up there to maybe get one. Difficult though. Such a tricky location to approach. Maybe the Sorcerer could have done it actually. Warping some Plague Marines up there perhaps. Or Raptors with Melters also. 2-3-2 to 9. I mean, do they survive long enough to do anything is the problem. And then escape. Eldritch. Land Raider goes down at the end. They did get a decap though. Bash kits continue to be absolutely devastating. There's the Phobos. Seer Council are capping. What level did they get? Level 3. Up over 3,000 hit points. Pretty nuts. I think they get to like 3,800 when they're level 4. There's that Dirge caster, but the blue team have it. Red team ran out of steam. It was a really tough one for them. That heal made a big difference, eh? Level 6 Eversor. Dark Flames dropped in at the end there. Level 6 Farseer. Level 5 Mech had a beamy death gun. Apothecary level 5. And a... Oh, Terminator Force Commander at the end. Why not? And a level 7 Chaos Sorcerer. Lots of action, lots of death. Blue team holding on. Those two Dreadnoughts were immense. I mean, look at their rosters. Huge advantage there. Those tacks just got melted by the plasma cannons. But there you have it, guys. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see ya next time.